Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Mary D Talk Show. I'm so glad you made it on another, what do I always say? Beautiful Monday. And it is another beautiful Monday. But still, welcome back. Welcome back. I'd like to first thank our executive producer, Oliver Welch. Hi, babe. He's, as you guys know, I'm going to do it. I keep promising, but I'm definitely going to bring Oliver on so you guys can see him. So you see that he is definitely real. And I'd like to also thank you to our live viewers, our replay viewers. I don't have the words to thank you guys enough because some of you come on and you watch it in the evening or you listen to it, the show, or whatever the case may be. Thank you. Oh, I almost forgot. We're live on YouTube on Instagram today. See, I have to go back. I'm live on Instagram. This is the first time. So you guys are here for the first time live on Instagram. Wow. Never been live on Instagram before. So hi, Instagram. Welcome to the Mary D Talk Show. Glad to have you here. Haven't been um, live on Instagram ever. All I've ever done is either pictures or videos or something like that. So I'd like to welcome you to the Mary D Talk Show. And I hope I can look between the different ones and see the comments. And I'm just glad to have you guys out here. So Instagram, let me do a special welcome to you. Welcome to the Mary D Talk Show. You've never been here before, so I'm glad to have you. I'm gonna try to do this all the time, but I haven't done it before. I don't have the connection yet, so I have you're on my cell phone, Instagram, and on the laptop is the show that's on all the time. So welcome. And we have celebrating a vision, and that's Sonia. Hi, Sonia. How are you, beautiful? You know, I'm always glad to see you. And you know what? I think you owe me a show, Sonia. If I remember, we're supposed to have you on the show. So I don't know. We're gonna work it out between now and I say end of the year or 2024. I know you're a busy lady though, but we're gonna work it out so you can be on the show. Let me also welcome or say I don't want to forget we have sponsors for the show. Oh, you do them. See, I thought you did. We have the sponsors for the show, and they are the Idea Club, Dumas Martin Jr. Many of you are familiar with the Idea Club. If you like to have a 501c3, S corp, or C corp, um, an LLC, a limited liability corporation, you want to contact theideaclub.com and Dumas Martin Jr. and he can help you get all those things organized and all that fun stuff. I know. I want to thank you, those of you that have been following for a while. You're on the email list, and uh, I don't have, like I said, I don't have the words. If you haven't already subscribed to the show, you can go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. Right now, up to I forget 668 the last time I looked. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The goal. I know this may sound crazy. The goal is 100,000. Can you believe that? I know you. Some people be like, yeah, right. You're gonna get there. This is what I learned too, and I'm sure many of you have too. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. So this is where I'm starting. So you guys are seeing it starting at the 600, but the goal is 100,000 subscribers. Who knows? Who knows? So that's the goal. I know, but I wanted to make sure I said that because people sometimes this is what I've learned. These are my tidbits of learning. When you have a goal, when you've reached it. That's what you know. If I had no goal, you guys were like, well, where is she trying to, what number is she trying to get to? To look at 600, and I think it's 668 the last time I looked. And the thought of one day it would be 100,000, it sounds almost impossible, doesn't it? But and I know there is nothing impossible with God. I could look up one day and there'd be 50,000 subscribers. That's how I've seen too many things in life to know that that can't happen. So I do know it can happen. So I just want you to know what the goal is. So so you can be the first one to say, you know what? I was there when she said it was 668. And even though it was today is 668, that doesn't mean it's going to be 668 tomorrow. So your subscribing does mean a lot. It is a one person at a time subscription. It is not an overnight thing. Let me just stress to you that it isn't. It doesn't. That's just life. But I do want to thank you all of you that have already subscribed. Um, I did notice too. Christmas Day, the show is on. I mean, it is. It's a Monday, so I haven't decided yet if we're going to have the show or not have the show. I just haven't decided. I'm still the jury's still out on that one, but I'll let you know by next week. We may just have the show because, and I say that on Christmas Day, a lot of people once you open your presents and eat, it's like oh, okay, and then you may say, well, let me. I never get a chance to watch it. Let me watch the show. You never know. But I just so you know, I'm aware. I am aware that it is on Christmas Day. So we'll see. We'll just wait and see. But I want you to make sure you knew that. Those of you that received the email has a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah, the email. The email had the list of the books so far, and this is the new one that's coming out. Bradley can't find his pants. This is my proof copy, so you guys can see it. Um, this one is coming out before Christmas. I didn't put that one on the list, but it'll be out. You can actually you'll be able to order this for Christmas if you have any little kids or little grandchildren or nieces and nephews. Their books so far all the books are from ages 2 to 5. That's what I think. Somebody said 2 to 7, but I'm thinking a 7-year-old will find these too elementary. That's why I said 2 to 5. The little ones really love it. So that's what I wanted to let you see that. Okay, now to get it into today's show, ladies and gentlemen, this is an interesting show because I think I personally, I'm sorry, Instagram, I haven't forgot about you over there. I think we have lost sight of Christmas. That's what I think. My personal view that I think it is about it's the commercialism and everything. And I think and I don't think I have I'm thinking as to how do we get that back? How do we get back to it? I don't have the answer to that. I just know what I'm trying to do. My little part. One is to talk about it. Some people have said that on the gift giving, they've reduced how much a person can pay for the gift that or their families. They can only there's a limit, and that's so that keeps everybody within a budget. That's one way to do it. There's so many things. Uh, Potlucks instead of one person having to feel like they're responsible for everything at a meal, those kind of things. But I would say to you, what works for you? But I'm going to go over it for you. This is what matters to me. Um, what does Christmas mean to you? And sometimes I think we don't even think about this. We just do what we've been doing, and that's it. And that's all we know. And we don't really think about it one way or the other as to is this something we need to change or not, or we don't have a comment. I think our routines are just in this, or it may be the way we celebrate. We've been doing this so long. I know for our family, it's pretty much um, some families open a gift on Christmas Eve. It just depends on if the grandkids are around, whether we do or not. I think we just open them that morning and say, happy holidays, that kind of thing. But we don't. We have our traditions, and then we have a meal in usually in the afternoon. We tend to have a Christmas breakfast. Now that we do, we tend to have a big breakfast, or so it's really like a brunch and then dinner. So you only have the 2 meals for the day, and we enjoy each other's company. We spend a lot of time watching the games on TV. I think there's a ton of basketball games that day. I can't remember. I don't think it's football. I think it's basketball on Christmas Day. Football was Thanksgiving Day, and basketball tends to take over Christmas Day. But that tends to be our day. And then we eat and sleep and eat and sleep. That tends to be what our day is. It just depends. Sometimes we go to church. I know it just depends on where, what when we can. But we do try and go on Christmas Eve. We've done that before too. As a family, we've gone to church. Um, Very simple. I think nothing real elaborate. I don't, but for me, it's just being with family. That's really That's pretty much it. I say family and friends, because I'm speaking for our family. Our friends become our family. That's really what our family is. Oh, it said, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, hi, Jelani. I see Jelani came on my Instagram. Hi, Jelani. I'm waving on to Instagram people, and like you can see me on the laptop. And but I want to just to tell you our traditions. But I would like to share, and now you can give me a chance to share yours. You can leave them in the chat on Instagram. I think you can leave yours too. Let me see. I think. Oh, you request to be live, Jelani? Just a minute. Hold on. There you go. So you got. I think the audience can be able to hear you. I agreed to it. He said, "Hang on, they're telling more followers to join you." Okay, so this is what I said. This is the first. So Jelani, you one of the first ones. So I've known Jelani for years, so it's nice for him to come on. If there was anybody, if you go to Instagram, Instagram is Mary_D_Welch. That's my Instagram. And please be, and I appreciate your following Instagram also. So let me see. Oh, he didn't make it. I don't know if he's coming on or not. I really don't know a lot about how Instagram works. I'm still learning Instagram. I know more about Facebook. And many of you leave messages on YouTube. You can always, hold on, let me go and see the comments. Make sure I see. If you leave a comment on Facebook or you leave a comment on YouTube, I usually see those. Those are the only ones I can really see. But if you want to say, what's your favorite childhood Christmas memory? What is your favorite childhood Christmas memory? Oh, it says Jelani's not able to join. Okay. What is your favorite childhood Christmas memory? Only, well, I'm saying that you can write it in the chat, or those, well, because that's the only one I can think I can open up is the chat. Okay. I'm trying to look between the two. This is, like I said, going between these two like this. I've never done that before, so I'm glad I don't have a guest, and I'm trying to go between everybody because I don't know how that would work. And then probably if I was on my iPad, I would be on 3 devices simultaneously. Woo! I can hardly have the one device. I'm laughing at myself. I said I can hardly have the one. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm seeing the names come up on the Instagram. So, well, David, hi, David, how are you? Christmas dinner at grandma's. Okay. All right. You know, I wish I could say that. I didn't know my grandmother that much, or that I didn't get to know her. She was, my grandmother had 17 children. You see my eyes, right? My mother was number 9 of 17. So I don't think I ever had Christmas with my grandmother, not once that I could think of. No, I'm pretty sure the answer is no. That just didn't happen here. Let me see. I didn't even get a chance. Let me put these up, and that's for Sonia. And Sonia, don't worry, Sonia, we're gonna get you. You're gonna get your show. You don't have to worry about that. And there's David, Christmas dinner at grandma's. Anyone else? And then Gwen, and I know you're from a big family too. Hey, Mary, a very large family of 9 kids and lots of gifts. Wow. No, I'm going. Well, we were a family of 5, and that's what I'm talking about now. Is where me and Oliver are now. It's more quieter, but I know what you mean. A family of 9. My mind can't wrap itself around that. It cannot win. I know your family. Think about 9 children, but think about my grandmother with 17 children. I just think of the thought of it makes my head spin. It makes my head spin of how they had to keep all that organized and keep things going. And anyway, so if you have any thoughts about what Christmas to you and your family, now I was raised in Southern California. I was raised in San Diego. So for me, I've never experienced a white Christmas ever. Let me think. We were in New Jersey one year, but I don't think it snowed the year we were there. Not for Christmas. But I'm trying to, some of you may have had white Christmases and you've been where it's snowing and that kind of thing. I've never experienced that. Mm-mm. The most I experience snow is if we go to the mountains and come back, and we don't even do that often. So I don't really get a chance to experience snow. Oh, did you join? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jelani, did you join? No, I don't see where he came on. I think it was a note that said he wanted to join. Okay. Another question. Let me ask you, what are some of your holiday traditions that your family follows? As I said, ours is kind of simple. Um, Sometimes we'll go to family and friends but that's really rare. We tend to stay home. People think I'm always on the go. I know they because I have friends or family call me and go, "Where in the world are you?" And when I tell them I'm at home, they're in shock. You're at home? They always act like that, like that's something, so outrageous. I said, no, we're at home. Right here at home. Haven't moved. So other than when we do, but must admit we do go away. I'm not gonna say we don't. Um, but usually I'm home, depending on what I'm working on or projects and things like that. But I tend to be home more than people realize, I think. Um, oh, a text just came in. I'm looking at a text at the same time that we're doing everything. So anyway, so what do you? Hold on. Let's see. What are some of your family traditions? Do you open a present at Christmas Eve? A lot of people do. They get to open one present on Christmas Eve. Do you do that? Anybody do that? And that was Gwen. Anybody open a present at Christmas Eve? Well, thank you, Paul. I see Paul came up here. Thank you, Paul. Oh, you shared the video? Okay, thank you. Anybody open a present Christmas Eve? Anybody do that? Because I noticed that's big. And then our cousins, they always do a Christmas. I have me and our first cousins. They always do something Christmas Eve. They have Christmas Eve party for the family. That's their thing. That all Christmas Eve you can go to one of the cousins' house and they always have a Christmas Eve party. And I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. We haven't done that, but that whatever works for you. That's all that matters. There's nothing else that matters. What works for you? So anybody want to comment on opening a present Christmas Eve? Okay. Another one, if you could spend Christmas anywhere in the world, where would it be? You could spend Christmas anywhere on the planet. This is really, I'm going to tell you, I don't know about you guys. I probably would spend it at home. If I'll be honest. I know when I go away, it is all, anytime I travel and I go, to me, when I come home, it just feels so good. It feels so good. Hi, Elaine. Hi, I missed you. I couldn't get in today. I was trying to get in and didn't make it in. We're talking about a meeting that was earlier. We would decorate the Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. Oh, really? Okay. My parents and I would go during the week and pick out our tree, and that was a family tradition. Lots of fun. I like that. All right. So that's a family tradition to decorate the tree on Christmas Eve. All right. Anybody else? Any family traditions that's I think it's good when you have traditions like that. Whatever that tradition may be, whatever it could be, it's like as Elaine said, they get the tree, but Christmas Eve is when they decorate it. I like traditions like that. Like as I mentioned before, my cousins, they have it's a Christmas party on Christmas Eve. They do every Christmas Eve, they have a Christmas party and the family all gets together. I think it's wonderful. Any other traditions that you want to share? And these are all good ones. Think about, you may not realize this, but you may be giving someone else ideas about creating a tradition for their family. Oh, let me see. Did anybody say anything over here before so just know I'm trying to keep an eye on Instagram and Facebook. Now just imagine if I add another social media. So it'll be the iPad, the laptop, and my phone. That's I don't know if I'm ready for all that. I just adding Instagram was big for me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's a big add to add Instagram. Okay, if you could be anywhere in the world, for me, it's home. It's home. It's not as much as I travel. It's not, and I've been blessed to have been a lot of places. But if I were to be anywhere in the world in the holidays, I love being at home. So, where's your where's your go-to? Now, some people may say, they want to go to the Bahamas or they want to go. It could be anywhere. But where would you like to go if you could go anywhere? If you could be anywhere in the world, not go anywhere. If you could be anywhere, where would that be? Do you prefer a white Christmas or a warm, sunny one? I've only known a white Christmas. I've only known a sunny Christmas or a rainy Christmas. That's about it. And even a rainy Christmas, that's so rare. Even for it to rain. Normally, our Christmas are warm. They're like in 70s or warmer. Um, Especially living in San Diego, you didn't have there was rarely was it cold. Well, I'm sure, David, you would say a white Christmas. I knew you were gonna say that, David. I think a white Christmas is beautiful. I just never had it. Even when we were back east, it just so happens that it didn't snow that Christmas. So we were just there, but no snow. Now it was cold, but it didn't snow on the Christmas that the year we went. So it just depends. Um, Another question for you, those of you that and I'm saying these are questions I have for you because I was like, wow, what does Christmas mean? What does it mean to this is what I've learned. It all means something different to each of us. There is no one Christmas. All of us have think about this, just what we talked today. Like what Elaine shared. Elaine said their family, they decorate the tree Christmas Eve. That's their family tradition. So and for somebody, that's somebody they may say, you know what, that's a good tradition. We should do that. It could be baked cookies. Anybody bake cookies? That's something I love to do with the grandkids is bake cookies. I love it because they get to see from beginning to end on cooking. I love to put the aprons on them and we get in that kitchen and we bake cookies. That's another thing I do like to do. Because right now, but I'd never have them all at the same time anyway. There's only like usually one, so it's really me and that one, and we bake cookies. That's not, I forgot to add that. What's the most meaningful Christmas gift you've ever received? Oh my goodness. I don't know. You guys, what's your most meaningful Christmas gift? I'm trying to think. I think for me, it was a Bible with my name on it. My name was engraved on the Bible. Yeah, that was for me, the most meaningful one. I remember thinking, wow. So there's no losing this, or because my name is on it. So nobody is not like anybody can take it and say it's theirs. So yeah, that's my most meaningful one. So what is your most meaningful Christmas gift? A gift that um, you may still have. You may not. I don't know. But the point is, this is the gift that you've never forgotten. And what did I see? As soon as that question, I knew immediately what the gift. I knew what it was. So, what is your gift that is the most meaningful for you? Anybody? A meaningful Christmas gift. Another one. Describe your ideal Christmas dinner. Now, truthfully, we tend to have the same thing. For Thanksgiving, we have the same. We have turkey, and for Christmas, it's usually ham. Except I can't really eat ham, so I end up eating more turkey. So um, that's we tend to have the same thing. We freeze whatever the dressing is left over, and we end up having it at Christmas time because I usually make too much anyway. Another thing is our neighbors, they make the tamales. So we have neighbors that they make the homemade tamales, which are excellent. So um, your ideal Christmas feast? Ours is pretty much the same, honestly. We'll have greens and uh, ham, and we always have mac and cheese. That's at Thanksgiving and Christmas, or green beans and dressing and that kind of thing. Rolls, you know, like, and then usually sweet potato pie for dessert, or I'll make a cake, or I make apple pies too. It just pretty much standard. It's like this is the meal. It's not hard to figure out our meals for Christmas. It tends to be the same. But what do you guys? I'm curious. What do you have for the Christmas? For your what's on your menu? Let me say that. Now this year for Thanksgiving, which is I think this may have been the first time. Now think about it. We went to a friend's house for Thanksgiving. That usually never happens. Usually people come to our house and I'm cooking. I cook, but not as much as I normally do, and that was so nice. It was nice to go to someone else's house and share Thanksgiving with them. So I can tell you. And this is and Antonio says, "Hi, Mary from is it Coleman, South Dakota? Antonio, welcome from South Dakota. Welcome, welcome, welcome." And Antonio saying, "What Christmas means to me is spending it with my family." I know what you mean, Antonio. I know what you mean. I'm the same way. It's just it feels good, doesn't it? Also, you making a stuffed turkey with your mommy. Oh, that's wonderful. And she said, "Miss you and love you." Oh, I tell you, Antonio, touching my heart, touching my heart. So those some of you may not, you may say, "Well, I'm not the cook during the holidays." Maybe it's your mother or an aunt or another family member that does the cooking. I tend to be the cook, but Oliver, I'm gonna tell you, Oliver's a good cook. Oliver is my sous chef. That's what. So he makes sure all the everything is chopped up, and usually he'll do it in advance, so it's all done. So we all have to do is get in there and dump everything in, because and I didn't talk about this. Oh, you said, I'm sorry, Antonio. You said, and presents under the tree. Well, who doesn't like that, Antonio? Everybody, I haven't got to the presents part. Okay, and you so glad you got you got my Christmas part. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, we can talk about that, Antonio. We can talk about that, about being a guest on the show. We can talk about it. Okay, and that's another. I say that's a topic for another time. But we'll talk. We will talk because we're going into 2024. I've been doing more one-on-ones. That's what I have noticed. That's new for me, but I do. I can't say that I don't like it. I can't say that. So just we'll see. Um, Next. Oh, it's Christmas feast. What Christmas movie or song never fails to get you in the holiday mood or holiday spirit? What Christmas mood or song never fails to get you in the holiday spirit or holiday mood? I don't know which one you guys. What Christmas movie I like? It's a Miracle. It's a Miracle on 32nd Street, and I also like Christmas movie. Let me see. Oh, you love them? The Bantu. That's what they call it. Bantu nuts. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, if you know that, what, people are so funny. Thank you for that. I'll walk up and someone, they look at me and then they'll look at, and they see these and they're like, you can see them looking up like, what is that type thing? And it's so funny to me because I forget that I'm even wearing it. So, Polar Express. I haven't seen Polar Express. Antonio, I don't think I've seen Polar Express. I've seen the commercials for it. I just haven't seen it. But I'm trying to think any other Christmas movies that just when you see it, it gets you like, wow, this is Christmas. I was just talking about it's good. Okay, I will watch it. I watch, and it's funny. I see a lot of movies, a lot. I'm watching more, and it's funny too. Okay, I'm glad. I will take a look. I mean, we watch a lot. We're definitely TV buffs. It's on Disney Plus. Okay, Disney Plus. Got it. Got it. Got it. Anybody else have any Christmas movies? Have you? I know you guys noticed. I've seen Christmas movies started in, I think, in July. They started in July. You could watch one. You still can every single day, probably 2 or 3 times a day. That's and I actually was telling my husband. I said, I am surprised. I'm gonna give somebody an idea. There's not a Christmas movie channel. I'm surprised. Oh, and then you say your stuffed turkeys with apples. I've seen it with apples. I have no. I'll be honest. My stuffed turkey is not with apples, but I have had the dressing with apples. I have. So it must be good. I tell you, Antonio, it must be good. Your memorable, Elaine says her memorable Christmas gift actually wasn't a tangible gift. I remember my brother and sister-in-law, Walter and Rose, and I driving home to New Orleans in 27 hours and surprising our parents for Christmas. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can almost guarantee, Elaine, they have never forgotten that. You haven't either, of how they felt to have their kids come home. Oh, that's big. That's big. You said you got it from QVC. Oh, did you? Okay. Okay. And it says, you said my stuffed turkey. Okay. I just know, I don't really well, I don't want to say anything negative. I haven't really got into QVC. I know about it. This is my concern with QVC. I think I would go crazy. That's why I kind of stay away from it. Because there's so many things on there that are cute. Until I'm like, oh no, I don't need to be on this channel because I get on this thing. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be buying some everything. So I stay away from it. I try. That's what I do. Oh, excuse me. But I just want to make sure, I do. I see what they have on QVC. I'm like, let me stay as far away from that as I can get. Because you'll start buying. At least that's what I know. That's why I'm like, no, they're not do that. Let me give you a couple of more. Okay, yes, I've seen it. I have seen your artwork. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, Antonio. Another question is, if you were Santa for a day, what type of gifts would you deliver? If you were Santa for a day, what type of gifts would you deliver? Wow. You know what I would try? I mean, I don't know if this is kind of leaning on miracles, really. I would want people that are in hospitals or nursing homes, people that are ill, to make them all well. I don't know if I could really do that, but that would be what I would want, to make them well. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. And you said, I would deliver the music CDs to everything. Okay. All right. Everybody, you know what it is? There's no right or wrong to any of this. You guys know that, right? This is all our opinions, our ideas. That's all it is. That's all it is. There's no right or wrong. Oh, you would do video games and gift cards? Oh, my grandchildren would love you. They would love you. I tell you, one of the granddaughters, the kids, she got all excited about, I forget what it was. And she was saying she was saving her money for, I think it was a video game. I'm pretty sure it was some type of video game they were saving money for. I just sat there. I'm like, okay, I don't play video games. I never have. And nothing against them. I think when my children were when video games, this is how long ago it's been. I remember when they started. The kids would play. I would be too busy doing some cleaning, cooking, something. So I never really got into it. Okay. For Stanford, and money for the Stanford Children's Hospital. Okay. We just passed by Orange County Children's Hospital, I think it was yesterday. So, and for St. Jude's Hospital too. Okay. So you would give to those centers. We were at St. Jude's. I think we were. I think it's in Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, St. Jude's. And we were visiting someone there, and all I kept thinking was, it only exists due to people's kindness. That's really what it is. And Elaine said, my gifts would be to visit senior citizens, convalescent homes, and people who who may not have family to celebrate with. I know what you mean, Elaine. I just want to see people well. I think that's what it is. Just well. So anyway, but those are the gifts, like you said, they're not tangible, they're intangibles. But it's a gift. And a blessing is to be here to begin with. Okay, now we're gonna do a survey. Artificial tree versus is it fake trees? That's artificial. Artificial tree versus a real tree. Which one is it? Do you guys like if you like artificial trees, put a 1 in the chat. If you like a real tree, put a 2 in the chat. You said, okay. And Antonio says, and I was wondering if you could keep Olivia Robinson in prayer. Her husband passed. Oh, yes. Thank you for that, Antonio. We'll definitely keep her in prayer. That's hard, especially at the holidays. Especially at the holidays. Thank you. And David said, you said 2. That's a real tree, David. Okay. Anybody else says anybody for a fake tree number 1, real tree number 2? Okay, Antonio, artificial trees. Elaine, real trees. Anybody else want to weigh in on this? Do you like the artificial tree, or do you want a fake? You want an artificial tree? Okay. Anybody want a real tree? I see Elaine wants a real tree, and so does David. We got the real tree people versus the fake tree people. So now I'm gonna tell you, we have the artificial tree. We've had the artificial tree for years, and growing up, we never had artificial tree. Think about that. We always had we went out, either my dad went, or my brothers went, or we went, whatever, but we always bought the real tree. I didn't have a fake tree, honestly, till I was an adult. It looks like, okay, we have the real tree is Elaine and David, and the artificial tree is Antonio. I think that's it. Antonio is the only one with the artificial tree. But Elaine and David, I guess you guys are the winners for for real trees. That's it. So we don't have to worry about who's gonna win that. Elaine and David won it. Then but I see, because Elaine said real tree, Antonio said artificial trees, and then Antonio said gingerbread houses too. I'll be honest, Antonio. I've never made a gingerbread house. I've never made that. I mean, they look good. I've just never made one. But yeah, they look really good. So you say gingerbread houses. Okay. So right now, the winner is everybody needs to run out and get a live tree. If that's what you like to do, is to get a live tree. So Antonio, they're yummy. They may be yummy. Every time I've seen them, they've been out too long, or they've been sitting too long. So I don't think I've ever even tasted one. I know what gingerbread tastes like, so I kind of leave that alone. But yeah, gingerbread houses. In the 20, you made them when you were little? Okay. I've never made one. I've never made one. All I've done with a gingerbread house is look at one. I've never made one. So, and I want to say hi to Bradley on Instagram. I think I saw that's Bradley knows I call my number 1 son. Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, I call all the sons number 1 sons. I've been saying that since they were little. That I would always say, because I never wanted any of them to feel less than. None of them. So they were all my number 1 sons. And I hope Bradley can attest to that. I don't know if you're on Instagram, son. I don't think you're on here on Facebook. But just so you know, I've seen them, Antonio, but no, I have never made one. You made it with your mommy? Oh, okay. Elaine says, I can live with an artificial tree if I spray it so it can have a Christmas. Elaine, that's I know what you mean though. If you like that pine, that is such that smells so good. It really does. I hear you. I understand completely. I definitely do. So now I'm sitting up here. Elaine, well, Elaine knows Bradley. Bradley is he's I don't know if I told you, like he relocated. He lives in Atlanta now. So okay, but you said if you spray it, Elaine, and the whole house smells good, you're good. I love your pretty flowers. Oh, thank you. I try to do something. I'm gonna try to. I may have to change up for next year. What can I say? You make changes. Um, this year I added Twitter or X, and what other one did I add? It's a new Facebook. Oh, LinkedIn. Live on LinkedIn now. I was never live on LinkedIn before. So I'm doing some changes. I'm trying to, you know, as they say, moving on up, I guess you could say. So LinkedIn, I'm live, Facebook, Instagram, I'm on the phone, um, Twitter, just all these different opportunities to go live. Because before I was just on Facebook and YouTube. So now I'm on like six, I think 5 or 6. I'm live on 5 or 6. So Antonio, you said, and the beautiful wall in the background. Is it really? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what it, if you, I always say if people saw what my office really looked like, they probably would run out of here screaming, but that's okay. It's all right. But Instagram, just so you know, I haven't forgot about you guys. My apologies to Instagram. This is the first, though. This is the first. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. For Insta, I've never been live on Instagram, and many of you know that's true. On Instagram, they definitely know. I've never been live. I've always just been on my laptop. So for me to even go live on Instagram is big for me. It is something brand new. So I'm excited. I'm excited about everything. Um, it doesn't. You guys are probably saying it doesn't take much to excite me. No, it doesn't. Okay. And Antonio, you said, I think it would fit in the holiday. Yeah, it could in the holiday tradition. Yeah, yeah, they can. They can fit in the holiday tradition. There's, just I think this is what I think about the holiday. Holiday. I try to do this one. Well, I say two things. One, slow down. I'm gonna tell you why. Our minds are just racing with all the things we need to do, and I have to caution myself to just pull back and slow down because and I'm very much aware that everybody is racing around and they got to do this and they got to do that. So I really, really try to allow for that, especially when I drive, because people they don't mean to cut you off. They're just in a rush, or maybe they do. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not in that rush. Thank God. I'm not in so much of a rush that I'm willing to just jerk, go in and out of traffic and all that. I'm just not. I'm trying to keep living. And you get caught up in that, next thing you know, it's an accident. So I'm saying that. That's the one thing I do. And the other thing is, I'm going to read this to you because I look at this every single day. I shared this with you guys before. And it says, if you can be anything, be kind. And it's right near in here in my offices. If you can be anything, be kind. And I say that because sometimes we don't want to be kind. We want to just tell people off, tell them what we think. I'm guilty of just like anybody else. I just try not to go there. I try to just not just give people the benefit of the doubt, but I understand why they're doing what they're doing. And that's the one thing. Just when you slow down, you do understand. They're rushing around because they have commitments and they're usually overly committed. And so they're trying to do too much. They're not paying attention. They don't even realize that they're an accident waiting to happen. So what I try to do is really stay out of their way. Just kind of pull back a little bit and stay out of their way and show kindness to them. Because the truth be told, they don't even show kindness to themselves. That's what I've learned. That's what I've seen. So I'm just telling you, so be kind. even when you don't want to be. Let me just say that. I'm not trying to, I don't want anybody thinking, oh, Mary's kind all the time. No, but I try to be. There's a difference. I'm not saying I'm not kind. I'm not kind all the time. But I really, really, when you slow down, you really can be kind. Honestly, you really can. So just slow down. And life, it has this way of just it's gonna be all right. Um, I see some examples of that in my own life of not being in a rush. One thing I've done that's probably helped me tremendously is I set my clocks um, like 15 minutes ahead. So what does that do? It takes that anxiety off. So the clock is already 15 minutes ahead when you look at it. You already have built in time for yourself to do things. And that helps tremendously. Not I can't do it with my cell phone, but I can do it with my clock the clocks in the house. To do a 15-minute ahead, just give myself a little more grace to be somewhere or do something. And another thing I've been seriously working on that has helped me tremendously to slow me down. I get places not on time. I get there early. I know Oliver will tell you about that. I'm gonna give this quick story. We used to get to the church. Oh my gosh. I know he does probably don't want me to say it, but it's true. Our church starts at 10. We get there at 10:30. And I remember I said, this doesn't feel right. Now our church starts at 10. We get there between 9:15 and 9:30. Think about the big difference that is. So we're there in time for the coffee and the donuts and the conversation and getting to know the church members. We're there early. We no longer, thank God, we try not to be late. I cannot stand it anymore. I don't want to be late. I want to be there on time. So it's been a while, but now we're pretty close. That we're pretty consistent about being there on time. So that takes away that anxiety. By the way, let me tell you that too. When you're early to places, for me, I can sit, I can relax, I can calm down. It just feels good. It just really feels good to be somewhere early. It says, hi, everyone. This is Oliver. I'm sorry. Oh, Oliver said, I just want to thank you for participating in the show and sharing your input. Our executive producer, there's Oliver Welch. I tell you, he's watching. You guys don't see him, but he's right there. And I'm sorry, Antonio said, I think Kelly Clarkson would make a great guest on your show. You see what I said? You see what I did, Antonio? I would love. I don't know why Kelly Clarkson would want to. If anything, I need to be going on her show. I'm thinking of. Is it Kelly Clarkson? No, I'm thinking of the other speaker. But anyway, as a matter of fact, Antonio, there is a group writing letters to get me on Tamron Hall. That they would like to see me on Tamron Hall. I think I need to have more followers on my Instagram. Not Instagram. Well, yeah, Instagram. More followers on Instagram. More followers on YouTube. Like, for instance, let me give you for instance. If I had 100,000 followers on YouTube, I think I can get on those shows. Now, they've never said that, but remember, everyone's checking your social media. If they know 100,000 people are following you, wouldn't that be kind of easier to get on the show than if there are not 100,000? You see, that's why I think, even though the lady said, she told me she's a strong Tamron Hall fan, but I said, you can write a letter, but I think it would be better if, let's say, 1,000 people wrote letters and they went on there and it was 100,000 subscribers. Now they will probably say, okay, yes, we're interested in having her on the show. That's me talking. Nobody has said that, but that's just what I'm thinking. That's pretty much probably how they operate. They're looking to see, do you already have a following on social media? Period. Well, I pretty much know they're looking to see it because when they mention it on the show, they'll say, oh, this person have this many followers and this. So I do know they do look. Their job is to look. Their job is to know what's the next big thing, I guess you could say. And Kelly, Jennifer Hudson, we've been to the show. Let me put that. We've been to the Jennifer Hudson show. I actually gave Jennifer Hudson's producers one of the books I've written. I don't know if it did. It may have ended up in the round file for all I know, because they don't know if I put something in the book or did something. I had it in a plastic Ziploc bag and I handed it to them, but they got to protect her. So they don't know. Of course, I did nothing. It was just a book, but I understand their fears because they don't know me and I could be doing something. You know what I mean? So I very much understand. They don't know me. So if you want to write letters, Antonio, I'm available. Let me say that. And you said, and Hillary Duff, okay, I can tell you. And you said, and Jessica Simpson, come on it. Antonio, do you know any of these people to get them on the show? I'll be glad to have them. I don't know, Sika Jackson and Disney's Jesse. Now, I would tell you, any of them, I'd be happy to have on the show. But the thing of it is, Antonio, the question is, why would they want to be on the show? Like it or not, this is a numbers game. That's what this is. It's all about the numbers. The people you're talking about, they have millions. Think about what you're saying. They have millions of followers. Why would they want to come? And I don't have 100,000 followers. See, they're looking at that. It's like, well, no, you don't have enough followers for me to come on your show. You get 100,000, yeah, I'll consider it. Oh, I like that because they are your favorite celebrities. I love it, Antonio. They're your favorite celebrities, but they're gonna say, look, Mary D. Welch, we don't know you, so why do we want to come on your show? Oh, that's real. And Instagram, I know if you have any comments, okay. Keep in mind too, I'll say this to any of you. If you know any celebrities, these are your personal friends or anything like that, gladly, you can email me, Mary at, I'll put it in the chat. Okay, Mary at marydwelch.com. There you go. Oh, let me put it up there. Mary at marydwelch.com. Antonio, I can meet them on the show. Their producers wouldn't let them come on because they're going to say she doesn't have a big enough following for us to allow you. Remember, all of them have what they call quote unquote handlers. You know what handlers are? There are people that are looking out for their best interests. And they're going to say, oh, that's a cute show, but no, you don't have a big enough following for her to go on the show. You need, and I know this is true, by the way, because I know, and I don't take it personal. Now, the day when there's 100,000 watching the Mary D Talk Show, they'll come on. It's lickety split because they know. Not if you don't have to be watching it that second, but they know it has 100,000 people that have subscribed to the show. So that's why you always hear me talk about subscribe. Your subscription means a lot. It really does. So I don't take it lightly. I don't take it. Okay, I'm sorry, Antonio, I missed some of yours. Okay. You said be a special door for you, a special open door for you. Got you. We're going to talk. Don't worry about that. And then Levon said 2. So we have 3 lives and 2 fake. I think that's what it was. So we have fake is still winning. I'm sorry, live is still winning. Why live is still winning? Okay. And Tony, you said to actually meet them on your show. There's a show on here. Let me put this on it. If you ever want to reach me, ladies and gentlemen, that's the email, Mary at marydwelch.com. You can email me there. You can have your email, leave your cell phone number. I do return calls. I do talk to you. I do all those things. I'm very approachable. And you said the class? I don't know what that means, Antonio. It said class. You would want to meet them on the show, but they're going to be like, no. Let me just say this. If you want to write them and encourage them to come or encourage them, there's the emails I put up before. Let me go back. I'll put it up again because I want you to know, Mary at Mary D. Welch, you're welcome to have to you want to write a letter for them to come on the show, I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that. They can come on. And you also said you should come back. Oh, I'm down to five. I cannot believe I'm down to 5 minutes. I'm telling you, 5 minutes. Diamond Ruby. Oh, Diamond Ruby said, "Hi, Mary. Hi, how are you, sweetheart?" You said, "Mary, Christmas means love to me." Oh, that's beautiful. And you know what that did? You really summed it up. You really summed it up. Thank you. Because that's what I was saying without saying that. It's what it really was. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Is that that's what you're showing? Any when you show up at any event, I call it sticking your head in. Even if you stick your head in, hi everybody, just want to come by and say hi. Even though you can only stay 5 minutes, you can sit. Whatever the case may be, all of that is love. All of that is love. The fact that you took time and you still, went to an event or went to a Christmas party or went to a dinner, whatever it is, it's still love. That's what it is. And you said I should come back. Oh, I hope I'm coming. I mean, God willing, next week anyway, because we're down to 5 minutes. I just want to thank everybody for the show. We have on Instagram for the first time. So I can tell you for a fact, I saw Jelani on there, and I saw a couple of the names, but they were scrolling through. But I definitely saw Jelani, and Jelani's a family friend. I've known him for years. So welcome, Jelani, and welcome to each and every one of you. Antonio, you really, when I tell you you had comments, Antonio, you had comments. But we have Sonia, David, Gwen, Elaine, David Addington, Antonio. And as we scoot down here, let me see. And it was Elaine again. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody that made a comment and I get a chance to call your name. Then I saw, did I see another name? No. And someone just came in. I just want to make sure. And Oliver, of course, we know. And yeah. Oh, and then it was Leon. So, and Diamond Ruby. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a show for you. That's what it is. It's a show for you because you are the show. You are the Mary Detox Show. You're the one. You come on. You touch my heart, my husband's heart. You spend time with us, and my goal is that that time is well spent. I truly, truly, truly enjoy the show. I do. I enjoy your input. Today was really about your different. What are your traditions for Christmas? What do you do? What you were sharing is when I heard Elaine's. I'm laughing about Elaine with the fig tree, but you spray the house to smell like pine. I love that. But look at all the traditions that were there. You know, from the cooking. I don't know about you, but I have cooking and cleaning, I should say, because that's what the holidays mean too. Is that because you may have, family or friends stop by, so you want to make sure the house is spruced up and things like that. But just know that you are appreciated, you are loved. Oh, and I'm sitting up here. The more comments are coming in, I get a chance to we're down to 2 minutes. But Tony said, I was wondering if you give me a call today to talk about my autism journey on your show. Did you send me your number, Antonio? I can't remember. Email the number to that email, to the Mary and Mary D. Welch, Antonio. Going to email that. But I'll be honest with you, I actually go right into another meeting right after the show. So I know I wouldn't be able to communicate, probably tomorrow at the earliest. But I just want you to be aware. I'm not going to ignore it, but I do know I have other commitments right after the show today. So I just want you to be aware of that. And that's your topic? Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure you're aware. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. God bless each and every one of you. And during this holiday season, be careful because remember, you have to look out for the other guy because they are not looking out for you. So keep that in mind. Oh, you're welcome, Gwen. This is Cousin Gwen. You're so welcome, sweetheart. I love you. I need you to email me your address, Gwen, if you don't mind, to the Mary and Mary D. Welch. Please send me your address. God bless you, everybody. And I'll talk to you again on Monday. I think that's the 17th. That's off the top of my head, but I think it's this. No, I'm wrong. It's the 18th. The 18th of December. All right. God bless you. Bye bye.